Rome, the 22nd of June, 1633. In the hall of a convent called Santa Maria sopra Minerva, an old man is on his knees. He is 70 years old. The book under his hands is the Gospels. The record says so. Before his eyes, his hands laid upon them. Look at those hands. For 50 years, they've done one thing better than almost any hands alive. They have measured the sky. In the next few minutes, they are supposed to sign a paper cursing everything they found. Will he do it? To understand what this signature costs, we have to go back 23 years to a rooftop in Padua and a tube of glass. Padua, the winter of 1610. Galileo Galilei is a 40-something professor of mathematics, and he is not asleep. On the table is a spyglass he has spent months improving, grinding the lenses himself, likely ruining dozens to get a few right. Pointed at the night sky, and things appear that no one has ever written down. On the 7th of January, 1610, he sees 3 small lights beside Jupiter. Night after night he draws them. They move. A 4th appears. They circle Jupiter, the way our moon circles us. Stop and feel how dangerous that is. Here is the sky he was taught. For 1400 years it had a center, and we were standing on it. It has one problem. The planets don't quite behave. A few times a year, one of them slows, stops, and goes backwards against the stars. The old fix was circles riding on circles. It worked. It just kept needing more of them. Every authority he has ever read says the heavens turn around the earth. All of them. 4 little lights just said, not everything does. He aims at the moon. It is not the flawless heavenly sphere of the textbooks. It has mountains, scars, terrain. Later that year, he tracks Venus and watches it grow phases like a little moon, full, half, crescent, exactly what you'd expect if Venus circles the sun, not us. One clean observation is a curiosity. A web of them, moons, mountains, phases, is a problem for the entire official picture of the sky. Here is the method that will get him in trouble. Look first, measure, and let the sky outvote the bookshelf. In March 1610, he prints what he saw in a slim book, Sidereus Nuncius, the Starry Messenger. It sells out almost instantly. He becomes the most famous eye in Europe. And here is the irony he cannot see. To him, every observation is a gift. To certain men in Rome, every observation is a page in a file that does not exist yet, but will. In 1615, someone denounces him to the Holy Office of the Inquisition for holding that the sun stands still and the earth moves. The office's experts rule the idea absurd, philosophically false, formally heretical. He is warned, and for 16 years, he mostly keeps the moving earth out of print. Mostly, February 1632. Florence. Galileo is pushing 70, and he has decided he cannot die with the argument unmade. The book is the dialogue concerning the 2 chief world systems. 3 characters debate the 2 skies, the old fixed earth against the new moving one. Salviati argues the moving earth. He gets the best lines, and he is Galileo in everything but the name. Sagredo is the open mind in the middle. He's the reader's seat, the man being talked around. And Simplicio defends the fixed earth. The name is a joke. It means, roughly, simple. 4 days of conversation, 2 skies, and on the page, no verdict, and the form was the strategy. 16 years earlier, the office's experts had already closed the question. He was permitted to discuss it exactly one way, as a hypothesis, a calculating convenience, never as a description of the actual sky. A debate is not an assertion. That was the defense. It did not survive contact with the book. Here is how he answers the obvious objection. If the earth is moving, why can't you feel it? That's the answer.
Shut yourself up with some friend in the main cabin below decks on some large ship, and have with you there some flies, butterflies. Have a large bowl of water with some fish in it. Hang up a bottle that empties drop by drop. With the ship standing still, observe carefully how the little animals fly with equal speed to all sides of the cabin. Have the ship proceed with any speed you like, nor could you tell from any of them whether the ship was moving or standing still.
You can't feel it because everything moves with you. The ship is the earth. That's the argument. Two skies, same lights, same nights. Two completely different machines behind them. And on the new one, the loop isn't a loop at all. It's what overtaking something looks like from a moving earth. But there's a third sky on the table, and Galileo leaves it out of his book, Tycho Brahe's. The earth still fixed, the sun going round it, and everything else going round the sun. A hybrid and a serious one. And here's the uncomfortable part. Venus's phases, Galileo's best evidence, killed the old model. They did not kill Tycho's. Both survivors predict exactly what he saw. His book is called Two Chief World Systems. There were three. Leaving one out was among the criticisms it earned. His own trial file will later describe it precisely. A book that brings arguments of much efficacy in favor of the condemned doctrine. Rome reads it exactly that way, and understand what is actually at stake in that room. It isn't the arithmetic. Nobody puts a 70-year-old on trial over an epicycle. The charge says it outright, that he defended as probable an opinion after it had been declared contrary to Scripture. So the question in front of the Holy Office was never who reads the sky correctly. It was who is permitted to say what Scripture means. The book is stopped. The author, 70 years old, is summoned and tried personally in Rome before the Holy Office. Questioning, depositions, months of it, while clerks likely record every word, because recording every word is what this institution does. And then, on the 22nd of June, 1633, they read him the sentence. Hear the actual words, vehemently suspected of heresy, for holding that the sun is the center and immovable, that the earth is not and moves. His book, prohibited by public edict. Himself, condemned to the formal prison of the Holy Office for as long as they please, and penance once a week for 3 years, the 7 penitential psalms. But the sentence contains a door. He can be absolved if, with a sincere heart and unfeigned faith, he abjures, curses, and detests his errors out loud in the form they have written for him. To abjure means to renounce on oath, publicly, permanently, in God's name. This is the choice, right here on his knees. Say their words and live inside that wound. Refuse and face, at 70, everything an institution like this can do to the obstinate. Before you judge him, remember what the formula is asking him to curse. Not an opinion he picked up last Tuesday. The verified work of an entire life. What would you do at 70, alone, with the door standing open? Here's the question. Most versions of this story skip. How do we know any of this? No cameras, no newspapers, just that man at the side desk. The Inquisition wrote everything down. Summons, depositions, sentence, abjuration, dated, copied, filed. Galileo's trial became a bound volume of paper, and paper remembers strange things. 10 cardinal judges are listed on his sentence. Only 7 signed it. 3 men, for reasons the file never explains, kept their names off that paper. Legends forget details like that. Paper keeps them. And this paper was just getting started. 177 years later, Napoleon conquers the Papal States and orders the Vatican's archives carted over the Alps to Paris. Galileo's trial volume goes with them. His officials propose publishing the file in 3 languages to embarrass the Church. The empire falls before they manage it. And in the confusion, the volume vanishes. For roughly 30 years, the most famous trial record in the history of science is simply missing. It resurfaces in the 1840s and comes home. The story goes on one condition: publish it. All of it. By the late 1800s, scholars finally print the dossier, page by page, for anyone to read. Every quote you're hearing tonight stands on that surviving paper, not on legend. Hold on to that word. Legend. We'll need it in a moment. Back to the hall. The sentence has been read. The formula is waiting. He kneels, gospels before his eyes, hands upon them, and he reads aloud.
I, Galileo Galilei, son of the late Vincenzo Galilei of Florence, aged 70 years.
They made the renunciation begin with his own name, his father's name, his age. Identity first, then the surrender.
I abjure with sincere heart and unfeigned faith. I curse and detest the said errors and heresies.
The oath keeps going. He swears never to write or say anything that could raise the same suspicion again. He even swears, this is in the document, to denounce anyone else he suspects of the same heresy. Then they hand him the pen, the hands that ground the lenses, that drew Jupiter's moons, night after night. He recites the schedule word by word and signs, I, Galileo Galilei, have abjured as above with my own hand.
Eppur si muove.
And the whisper, Eppur si muove. And yet it moves, muttered in defiance as he rose. It is in no record of that day. It first shows up in print in 1757, 124 years later. The legend hands him a comeback because we can't bear the silence. History asks us to bear it. From that hall, he goes into custody, then house arrest. Siena first, then, from December, his own villa at Arcetri, outside Florence. He never leaves arrest. He keeps working. 9 years later, early in 1642, he dies there. So how much of what you just watched is reconstruction? Our pictures, all of them. We don't know whether his voice shook, but the words are record. The trial volume survived the Inquisition, survived Napoleon, survived 30 missing years, and it sits today in the Vatican Apostolic Archive. In 2012, the Vatican put pages of it on public display, including a document bearing Galileo's own signature. That is the receipt, not a whispered legend, a signature. One last date, 1992, 359 years after the abjuration. A papal commission reported back, and John Paul II formally acknowledged the tribunal's errors. The earth, meanwhile, never stopped moving. You don't put a 70-year-old on the floor for a hobby. You do it when his life's work makes your authority look optional. Power can own a tongue for an afternoon. It cannot make Jupiter's moons orbit a lie. Keep the legend if you need courage. Keep the paper if you want the truth.